Hey, Spectrum or Dmos Lance. It's me, Speculator, comes over to this video. I am turning 4 Minecraft mobs, hostile ones, into Demosts. The first one I'm turning, the 4 that go in this order, the first one is a creeper. The second one is a wither skeleton. Third one is a vex, those little ones that I believe a vindicator, or was it something else? It's a type of illager that can summon these guys. And the fourth one is the gas. The gas is not really my favorite, but it's an okay design. Now, roll intro, and let's get into this video. Let's go. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Hey everyone, it's me, the Demost and Monster Interviewer, and I just wanted to say that I have interviewed a few new Demosts that have recently came in. Very recently, like 5 months ago. They're all powerful. This one I'm looking at, well, the first one I interviewed is something sort of like another creature I've talked about myself, to be honest. The creature was the, what was it called? Real quickly, it was the Combustion Lizard. Unlike him though, it's more of a humanoid shape. And for this guy goes by the name of, give me a second to find it. He goes by his name of, Domostic Combustion. His Dmos class is actually Weapons Master, and it's actually a subclass. He's an elemental Demos of Flames one. Very powerful. Just to put in perspective, more correctly, Specus 1000 himself has told me that Demos Flames can't be controlled, but let's say a lower tier Demos were to lose control. Only I can't lose control. If I did, everything will be incinerated, trust me, because of what would happen. What happens is if a low tier Demos loses control, the power becomes, the flames become fire because the power increases by 4 times. So yeah, it can burn quite a bit of stuff. So, but let's say a weapons master, so I can't remember the guy's name correctly. Well, if you remember correctly, yeah, it was actually Weapons Master. He said that, if he were to lose control, it would be pretty devastating. But there's only one way to stop it. Higher tier Demos can control the flames and reduce it back, because their power is greater than lower tier ones. This guy though has a different thing for him. Unlike him, he doesn't really control. He kind of does control the flames, but they're different on the count that instead of coming from his hands, they come from within his body. He said something about his biology in his last life. He had some type of explosive powers, and then when Spike goes to talk to him, he looked into his body. It's a skill he knows because he's a demon, for crying out loud. He saw that he was right. It is something that has to do with this guy's biology, because he had a lot of explosive power within him. So what happens now is he pretty much blows himself up when fighting. He does have a tail that he mostly blows up, but let's say he's in hand-to-hand combat, which he's still relatively good at. And let's say he's trying to deal with the finishing blow on an opponent. He will cause his arm to erupt in flames and pretty much blow it up. And trust me, it would deal some serious damage to the opponent. Let's go to the next one. That's all the information I got on him. Well, technically, first off, he's around, for his height, he's around 6 feet tall. Full height is around 12 feet. really tall. Now let's get to the next one. Okay, the next one is a really weird one. On the count that this guy was reincarnated as a Demost without any skin. It looked like some type of skeleton. His name is Domostic Shadow Skeleton because basically it's Demos skeleton. Ugh. Spike's never really said how. Well, technically he does know how, but ay caramba, I'm going to show y'all. Let me just. Hey, Spike Ghost, how exactly does this guy turn into a skeleton? 5 minutes later. Okay, he just told me that, let's just say that this guy was vaporized and do it in such a way that he got reincarnated as a Demost, but his skin wasn't able to control the power and it melted off. And it melted some other bones in his body. So there's that. So now it's just his a good chunk of his upper arm, his lower arm, and his butt bone or something like that. I forget what it was. And then his lower legs and feet are the ones remaining. He does also have his head, which is more of a shape of a skull. He doesn't have any eyes, which is kind of freaky. You might think he's blind, but in reality, he actually isn't. He does wield a blade, though, because he's a weapons master. Well, his Dmos class is actually combo class, and due to the fact that he's held together by shadows. He's a member of the Shadow class. He is his subclass of that one is Shadow Possession, because he's shadows possessing the skeletal system. And his weapons master class subclass is Demos metal blade, because of his sword, which is actually made of Demos metal. That stuff is strong as frick. And if I remember correctly, if you were to make a sword out of that, yeah, you can practically make a pretty nasty gash on anyone, make it not be able to heal for a while. Some other ability this guy has is if he engulfs his sword in shadows and slashes you with it, you would actually start feel nauseated, and at most times start puking and start being sick for a while. He calls it shadow withering, because it basically makes you wither away, but it usually only lasts for like a day or so. It doesn't outright kill you unless your immune system is garbage. It seriously just hurts like a freight train. My brother put it like this: it hurts like a mother fricker, because I've got slashed before, and I was curled like in a fetus position for a day. That mother frickin' hurt. Yeah, let's get to the last one. Well, third one today. Okay, so I'm uploading 4 videos this week, and what I wanted to say was, this is the first one. The second one is gonna be 3 mobs as MG characters, well, technically OCs, and then the third one is going to be dragons, which I haven't done for a while, which I'm looking forward to, because I made some pretty nice designs. And the 4th video is my submission for this month's Pop Cross Community Redraw. That's the reason why I'm doing that My Hero Academia themed episode for a video, is because I need some practice drawing some stuff anime, and I plan on having like my own sometime in the future webcomic or something, basically going over in a world that is different from ours. There's like different types of humans, and they have their own type of form, and it's hard to say. It's gonna be based off of Unordinary and Not really. What was it? Oh yeah, My Hero Academia. Now, let's get back into this video. Let's go. Okay, so the third one we're looking at is some type of spirit. This thing is its name is it's known simply as Shadow Demosts Metal Weapons Master. Like the name suggests, it's a combo class. It's according to this file, it says Demos class, combo class. The Shadow class mixed with a Weapons Master class. Subclass is Demost Metal Blade. Same subclass as actually same combination of classes as the last guy, but just because you're in the same subclasses doesn't mean you're the same type of one. I've asked Speedpaints about this. He says, it's possible for this to happen. I've actually had 3 times in a row. All very powerful. It was also quite a bit of a headache to deal with. Because they all had, get this, all 3 had some type of, Weapons Master subclass. It was, one was Dmos Flames, one was Dmos Rock, and one was both. They also had shadow weapons, which came from shadow subclass, from a shadow subclass of the shadow class. And they were shifters. Ay caramba, we call them the shadow weapon shifters trio because of how many builds they have. But I digress. This guy, from what Speedpaints continued to tell me, he's able to phase through walls and very limitedly, but still really impressive, have some control over shadows. The way he phases through walls is by actually going through shadows. All Dmos can use a ability called Shadow Warp. Basically allows them to accelerate their dark particles. It's hard to describe this, but we've learned about some type of particles that these Demos are made out of. They basically ram them using magic. They basically pull their atoms away from each other and then throw them to the other side very fast. So basically like someone throwing a fastball 100 times over. But the best way to put it is being vaporized and being reassimilated. It doesn't hurt at all. It just tickles a Demos. But for a regular human, it would hurt like a crap ton. The best way to put it is you'd most likely go insane from it. But in these, the guy is always doing it because he's made of pure shadows. Now, that's all I got for the information, besides the fact that he mostly stands around 4 feet tall and his true height is around 8 feet. Really small for a Demost. But that doesn't mean you can't cut your balls off easily. He can also shift his size because of his him being made of shadows, but that's all I got for him. Okay, in this last one, when this guy came in, it kind of pissed off Spike on 1000, because get this, same combination of classes but different subclasses. Okay. When Spike 1000 had this guy come in, his eyes started to twitch and I knew he was about to blow. He went to his room and I heard a loud boom come from it. Ay, but the only reason why I was there for this one was because, man, it was a video conference. I was talking to Spike about some other ones. Yes, a Demos does have internet connection down there. but it's a little spotty at times. He has the best connection, which is really good. This one, it has basically the shape of an octopus like thing. This guy really liked the game of Minecraft in his last life. Personal favorite mob was a ghast. So when he became a Demost, Spike Ghost decided it would be a little funny and turn the guy himself, like Spike Ghost himself. So if Spike Ghost 1000 makes a Demost himself after someone's reincarnated into a Demost, the Demost is relatively powerful itself. His power is on par with one of the top 7. This guy is his name is Domostic Shadow Flames, because first part is a Demost class's combo class. The Shadow class mixed with a subclass called Creature, and he's an octopus. But due to some magic and him being a Demost, he has the head of a Demost. Kind of freaky, to be honest. Another fact of him is that the other one is a weapons master subclass. Now it's elemental Demost flames, which was something that we already know about. What he can do is either spit a giant fireball. It's sort of like looks like he's spitting it out, but in reality he's sort of summoning it. And those are really powerful, but he can also summon and fire not as powerful, but still powerful, smaller ones. Like I'm talking, the big ones could destroy good sizes of a city block, while the smaller ones could only destroy around half of that. So yeah, he mostly uses the smaller ones. And just like the last guy, he can phase through walls, but he doesn't do it as often. And he does have flaming hair. Okay, that's all of these Demosts I got for today. Real quick, my brother is going to be doing some dragons that are relatively similar to these guys later. Well, that's all of the information I got on this one, besides the fact that his full height is actually around, remember correctly, 10 feet, so around 5 feet tall. Really small compared to the last guy. Now, that's all the kind of information I got on these guys for today. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. That's all I got time for. Subscribe today, join us Podcast Stormer or Demosts Alliance. Goodbye and peace out.